Originally, they called it Seattle Writers Center, but they wanted a name that would say more about why this place exists. And part of the reason it exists is because you never know where the next great writer is going to come from.
I think a lot of people don't feel that they have the authority to say that they are a writer or a practitioner of writing.
You walk through the world and you feel different, as a writer, as an artist, as a person who is organizing the world around you into something that is called literature. It's a bold path.
I didn't really talk to anyone else about it. I kind of assumed that there weren't many people in Seattle, especially kids, that liked writing and wanted to do writing.
You don't know if what you're writing is good or bad or publishable or, it's just, or this is the way it was for me. It was me and the page and my own creatures living in my head.
It's scary to show your work to someone else.
You need to have a very supportive and protective environment for that. You need to have instructors who are empathetic, intelligent, who really think, I want to help you do this, not for me, for you.
Your literature is supposed to be read in a particular way. Of course, everyone knows this. But, and I think that creates a kind of tyranny that I think part of what Hugo House opens people up to is to let you know that no, there isn't anything that you're supposed to do. You're doing fine. Everything's okay.
I think so much we just need permission. Everybody needs just permission. Met somebody yesterday who was like, all I want to do is write poems. And it's like, then, and shouldn't you then?
It is miraculous that we own this space.
It was a huge undertaking. The community came together to make it happen.
In a city that's transforming, we have stability.
And I think having them in existence is one way that nudges people towards giving themselves permission and taking ownership over being a writer.
For me personally, Hugo House gave me a platform for the first time as a very young artist, a very young writer. They just believed in me. It was enough belief to be like, oh, something could come of my work.
If there were no Hugo House, I would not be a poet.
Many of our living legacies would be forgotten or unseen.
The best part about the Hugo House, I think, it's the people and the ideas they have.
Coming to Hugo House, which sets class times when parents and people with day jobs can take them, and walking into a classroom filled with people who have other things going on in their life and are here just to talk about writing, really showed me that it was not a closed club.
This is hard. And if you're feeling alone and dejected, you're not alone. You may be dejected, but you're not alone.
The fact that they have a theater attached, like the fact that the stage is right there next to the rooms you're doing the writing in, that's the support, is that there's an immediate result. Like you could be up on the stage reading this work that you're creating here.
A reading doesn't happen from one person to 150 people. It's one person to one person, one person to one person. It's bringing my work to you.
The book that I brought into Hugo House became a New York Times bestseller, and I don't know if that would have happened if I hadn't stumbled into this place.
The next phase of development for Hugo House, I believe, is going to be to open those doors even wider, to bring more people into Hugo House, to reach more deeply into different pockets of the city. This isn't just a place for people who came up with privilege. This is a place where anyone who cares about words can come.
Part of Hugo House is learning. Part of Hugo House is human interaction. Part of Hugo House is dealing with racism or sexism or classism, even in this space, and watching it turn.
To be a human that interfaces in society, we have to have empathy. And literature is all about empathy.
If you take the time to figure out how to tell your story, you have a chance to access so many more people and to impact so many more people. You become something that they can latch onto or connect with, and connection is what's going to save us.